So this is going to be an interesting topic to talk about. I mean, I kind of addressed this a little bit in my previous video talking about the Clash Royale community, but for this video, I kind of want to focus a little bit more on the developers as a whole and give my thoughts and concerns and my opinions as we continue on this topic. I'm going to be completely honest. I have never seen a group of gamers in a certain community, whether it be the Call of Duty Zombies community, whether it be a community of gamers in general that just want to play the game casually, whether it be the Fortnite community, whatever. I never seen a community of gamers come together for this long and call out the developers for a mistake like this that they have made. I never seen a community of gamers more united since the Call of Duty Vanguard's controversy and the Cyberpunk 2077 controversy. I've never seen more people united in such a long time. And the surprising thing to me is this problem is still going on. Ever since the update for losers came out, which I talked about in my previous video, it's still going downhill. And still, every time Supercell still tries to address this problem, they're getting more and more backlash. Every time they try to do some form of damage control, they're just getting more negative feedback. I've heard from rumors that they're going to try to revert some changes next month in one of their updates, but I mean, those are just rumors. I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I want to ask you guys the $1,000,000 question here. After Supercell's recent update for losers came out for Clash Royale, what does this mean for the future of Supercell? Did the update for losers ruin Supercell's reputation and ruin the game overall? Did the update for losers destroy Clash Royale and Supercell's reputation outright entirely? Now, I do want to address this in two ways, whether it be financially, whether it comes to money, or whenever it comes to reputation, such as PR, for example. Now, the first thing I do want to address about is the financial part of this game. Like, they're not going to be financially destroyed. Of course not, because, I mean, they're making millions of dollars, I mean, like, every month or so. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but mobile games surprisingly make a lot more money than I believe console games do in terms of microtransactions and everything. I could be wrong about that, but mobile games make a boatload of money, is what I'm trying to get at here. I mean, whether it be free to play games, whether it be like $5 games, whatever. I mean, mobile games, they also play a big role in the gaming industry, surprisingly, and they do make a boatload of money, whether we like it or not. I mean, whatever game it is, whether it's like Clash Royale, whether it's like Candy Crush, whatever. I mean, surprisingly, this game for Clash Royale, for some reason, I mean, it's still making a bunch of money. I mean, I wouldn't worry about the financial parts too much. They're doing very well on that. I mean, even though their recent update has kind of gone overboard with the monetization. I mean, I made in the past, I made a video talking about Clash Royale's update for losers, and I went in depth with how it works. And ever since the diamond tier of the battle pass came out, that kind of rubbed people the wrong way, especially because everything in the original pass, like the gold battle pass, was pretty much taken out and put into the diamond battle pass. So they made the gold battle pass worthless for people, and people are just more focused on the free to play battle pass instead of the gold battle pass. Because what's the point of spending $5 if there's going to be no value in the gold pass? And the Diamond Battle Pass in Clash Royale for like what, $10, $12? That's still a big ask. Like, that's a lot of money for a mobile game. $10 is a big amount of money when it comes to like mobile games. And the Battle Pass, the newer Battle Pass system in Clash Royale, it rubbed people the wrong way, and it's just not really sitting well with people. And people are still calling this out, and rightfully so. And this is honestly making me a little bit annoyed as well because they're overly monetizing the player base in Clash Royale and they're trying to make even more money than before, even though they were making money just fine before, and they're just trying to add on to the monetization and make it even worse. So I can kind of understand that part. Now, I want to talk about the reputation in terms of PR. It just seems like every single time Supercell tries to do some form of damage control, they're just getting called out, and it just seems like people are starting to get fed up and tired with it. Now, just I just want to bring this up as a reminder. Keep in mind, we're still in the age of modern gaming, where it just takes one bad game release or one bad update to ruin a game's reputation or a studio's name, or both for that matter. And Clash Royale has released one really bad update, and it kind of ruined its reputation. And the studio's reputation is kind of in trouble right now, especially because it seems like some people kind of had a feeling that this update was going to rub people the wrong way, especially in terms of PR and the way that the community didn't want this to go out. And it just seems like this update didn't really sit well with a lot of people. I mean, in my previous video, I talked about how this update kind of rubbed people the wrong way and how you can try to do your best to handle this. Now, my previous video talking about when the community was on fire and everything, I tried to give my honest thoughts and opinions and try to explain what I would do in that personal situation if I was playing the game. Like, if I'm playing Clash Royale and I see the game has a really bad update, but I still genuinely enjoy it, you can still play the game, just don't spend any money on it if you're really that upset. Personally, I expressed my worries for like Fortnite in that video as well, and I'm still kind of avoiding Fortnite. I mean, I still play the game with my friends if they really, really, really want me to, but they're gonna have to do some serious convincing for me to come back because I'm not happy with the current state that game is in. And which leads to my second option. If there's an update that you really do not like and the developers just rubbed you the wrong way, the better option is just don't play the game because there's a thing called player retention, and that just revolves around people coming back to the game over and over and over. And Supercell has been not really doing that well with player retention ever since this update for losers came out. Excuse me. Ever since the update for losers came out, the player retention has just been dropping, and people are getting very upset, and they're genuinely worried, and they're calling out Supercell on how they are still not really handling this game, and they're pretty much done with Clash Royale, and it looks like this game is about to die. Now, it seems like this game is, I don't want to say is about to go on its last legs, but it's definitely on life support, it seems like. It just seems like Clash Royale and Supercell, it seems like they're both walking on very thin ice at this point. And one more careless step or one more wrong step could make them fall through that thin ice, and just it could be the end of their reputation completely and the game's reputation as well. So what do they do? What's the best course of action here? Like, what's the answer to the question? Honestly, I don't even know from like a developer perspective, but I can say from a fan perspective, like I think the best thing you can do is try to revert some of these changes as best you can, especially from like the casual modes. I mean, more people were genuinely upset because they moved the 1v1 party mode and 2v2 party mode into the event tab, and they removed the fact that you no longer get crowns or chests from playing those modes anymore, and you only get like what, the season tokens now, and that's just not what people want to do. And they're trying to make it so like competitive is the only way of progression. So you either play the Path of Legends, which is ranked mode, or you play the trophy road, which is like your standard leaderboards. And people don't want to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being a bit competitive from time to time, but at the end of the day, there are some people that just want to play this game and enjoy it, and people don't want to do that, and they just want to enjoy the game without having to worry about progression being tied to just the competitive and sweaty modes. Not 100% of the player base wants to sweat their butts off and their dinglings off just to earn a crappy chest to get cards that they don't want at the end of the day. Now, again, I'm not really much of a developer. I don't really know that much, but as a fan, I will say the best course of action that the developers can do is try to revert some changes. But if the developers just continue on this path that they are, then I don't really see much hope left for this game. I mean, the damage has already been done, and Supercell, like I said already, they're already on thin ice, and the damage has been already done. So this next update that Supercell is gonna do, it's gonna pretty much determine the fate of Clash Royale, at least in my opinion. So all I can really say here is I hope Supercell fixes this issue that is upsetting players, and I hope that the players are getting what they want in the next update, because at this point it just seems like the Clash Royale community is just fed up and tired with this nonsense. It just seems like they're just fed up and tired with it. Same thing with just like the gaming industry in general, because I think people are starting to realize now that they're just starting to get fed up and tired with these terrible updates and these terrible game releases. And it looks like Supercell is starting to get a taste of what bad PR is really going to be like. And honestly, I don't blame the gamers that play Clash Royale. I don't blame them. I want to play this game too, but if there's going to be an update or if there's going to be a game that I don't like, I just don't play it. If there's an update to a game I like that I don't enjoy, I just don't play it. It's that simple. Now, if I were to offer a suggestion here, I think the best thing that we can do is just continue to call out this problem in a positive way where we can give constructive criticism. I think that's honestly the best thing that we can do at this point. And if Supercell doesn't listen and they still continue to ignore the community and just continue down this trend and continue this path, I think I said that backwards. Whoops. If they continue to go down this path and continue this trend, then I think that's the red light that should be like, okay, if the developers are not going to listen to their community, then we're just going to pack our things and get going. So let me pack up all my crowns in my backpack and walk out that door. I think that's honestly the as a last resort action. I think that's the best course of action we can do. If the developers still don't listen, then just pack your things up and go. It's that simple. But if they do listen and they actually try to revert some of their changes, great. Just hang around with the game and continue to play it. I mean, even if there's a bunch of bad updates and you still like the game and you don't like these updates, you can still play the game. Just don't spend money. Just call out these problems. So, to answer the $1,000,000 question, did Supercell's update for losers ruin Clash Royale? Has Supercell destroyed their reputation and destroyed Clash Royale? Has Clash Royale destroyed Supercell's good name? I'm gonna have to say no, but I will say their PR did take a massive hit, and Clash Royale is in a completely shit spot right now. But I will say this, if they ever put out another update like this ever again, then I think it's safe to say that Supercell is gonna be going down a road that they do not like. As long as this problem continues to spiral out of control, I will continue to cover this topic as best as I can for you guys. So, with that being said, thank you guys all for watching and for listening. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. And until next time, you guys, I'm talking about how Supercell and Clash Royale are starting to go on a major downward spiral trend with their reputation. And I'll see you all later.